You're watching Rogers TV. This program is brought to you by Rogers Xfinity, connecting you to more of what you love. Visit Rogers.com for more details. The opinions expressed in the following programs are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of Rogers Cable or Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I'm your host, Olivia Flanagan, and thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. Spring is upon us. I am so excited about this warm weather. And spring also means playoff season is here, and congratulations to the Oshawa Generals for taking home the Eastern Conference champion Bobby Orr Trophy a few weeks ago. It was an awesome game. I work at the Gen, so it was super cool to be there for the win. The crowd was so excited, and it was just a great way for the community to get together. And an even better way for the community to get together is with events happening in the Durham region and here in Uxbridge and Scugog. It is time for the USL Community Event Update. So coming up, Uxbridge Farmers Market is celebrating their 25th anniversary this year, and they are hosting an awesome party on Sunday, May 25th from 9 a.m. until 2 p.m. There's over 50 vendors joining them, foods, drinks, kids' activities, music, and raffles. This is a free event to celebrate the 25th anniversary, and it is happening at Second Wedge in Uxbridge. And summer also means live music is coming up. Live music is my favorite, and what better way to celebrate spring with some live music in Port Perry. So the Old Flame Brewery is hosting their small town open mic nights. They have started now every Thursday until August from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. and they're still looking for performers. So if anyone watching knows a up-and-coming artist, why not get them registered to perform at the Old Flame open mic night. It looks like so much fun, and I will totally be heading up there one day. Willow Tree Farm is also hosting their live music Sundays from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. Relax on their patio, enjoy treats and drinks from the cafe, and there's also beverages from local businesses. On today's episode, we have Molly Maid with spring cleaning tips and Caroline with the Township of Uxbridge with Park and Rec Month and pool safety. Again, I'm your host, Olivia Flanagan, and we'll see you after the break.
With Rogers TV, you can cheer on the home team from the comfort of your living room. We'll head to the rink, the field, the court, or the pitch, so you don't have to. Tune in and cheer on your local amateur athletes on Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life, and for this segment I am joined with Kim from Molly Maid. Kim, thanks for joining me today.
No problem.
And so you're kind of here to talk today about your spring cleaning, things you can clean with around your house. You don't have to go out and spend a lot of money on cleaning supplies, right?
Yeah, these are things that people have generally in their homes, and I'm giving you kind of new uses for them.
Yes.
So we all have a lint roller in our home.
Yep.
Great way of cleaning off your excuse me, your lampshades, because they do collect dust, they do collect animal hair, is with a lint brush. And all you're going to do is simply roll it over, and it does a great job at picking everything up. Don't forget, you want to go along the top as well, because it does collect there and underneath. And what you want to do too is, while you're doing this, you want to take a cloth and give the light bulb a really good wipe down as well.
Okay.
All of this brightens your room with the dust and the dog hair and the cat hair and everything else. Once it's cleaned, your room is actually brighter. So another way of removing hair, this is a game changer. You want to take these are simply dishwashing gloves.
Yeah.
Try to get ones that have the little ribs and ridges and whatnot on them.
Yeah.
And this is to take dog hair, cat hair, any type of hair, lint off of larger areas. So the roller works really well in a smaller area.
Yeah.
And again, all you're going to do is just take it, and you're just going to rub your hand.
Wow.
And you can just see it roll all up. This is like I said, an absolute game
Yes.
changer, something you can do each evening because there's
Yeah.
always dog hair and cat hair to be found. Also works when you're on your little throw areas. The dogs and cats tend to lay here as well.
Yeah.
And all you're doing is simply just rubbing it and having it all come off.
Yeah, and you can even hear the little ridges
Yeah.
on the texture of the carpet.
Yeah, it's fantastic. If you find you're doing this in the winter and it gets a little staticky, you can
Yeah.
always just moisten your gloves up a little bit with a little bit of water. Okay, next, vinegar. Fantastic cleaner.
Yeah.
Vinegar is acetic acid. It breaks down lime and scale. So you have your shower head, and you'll know how that gets clogged up, and all of a sudden you lose your power stream. So all you want to do with this is grab a baggie. You don't have to disassemble it. You can actually leave it up in the shower while you're doing this. And you're going to put it in a baggie. You're going to throw a little bit of vinegar in there. What you do want to make sure is that it's compatible. So anything nickel plated, I would say avoid it, or do a little test area to make sure it doesn't discolor.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're pretty much free to go. You're gonna pour the vinegar in there. There we go. You're gonna make sure it covers the head. So this is actually hanging up in your shower.
Okay.
You're gonna let it soak 30 minutes, an hour, overnight. Chuck it, depends on how bad it is, and you will be absolutely amazed. So I've had one here that's leaking that has been soaking.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna give it a little dry.
Look at that.
It looks brand
spanking
new.
new.
And you know what? You're gonna get your jets back.
Yeah.
So this is a fantastic, fantastic trip.
Awesome.
Trip to do. Okay, next. Do you want to do this one?
Sure.
All right, everybody has coffee filters.
Yeah.
They make absolutely fantastic cleaners for glass and mirrors. They are lint-free and they are streak-free. You know, when
Wow.
you're using paper towels, you always end up with the lint and whatnot. This will not leave any lint. We've got a glass cleaner here, so if you
Okay.
want to show how quick and easy it is, if you purchase excuse me, if you purchase coffee filters that are non-bleached, they are compostable. They're fully recyclable. But you can see that it's leaving absolutely no streaks. You can grab another one if you have a lot of.
Yeah. I sprayed too much there. But yeah.
You just crinkle it up. Just crunch it up.
Crunch it up.
Yeah. And everybody has these at home. They're relatively cheap.
Yeah.
And again, just a great way. You can see the phone sitting there as well.
Yeah.
Wonderful to use on keyboards, phones. I wouldn't be spraying any product on the phone or the keyboard,
Okay.
but if you have a little bit on that's left on the coffee filter,
Yes,
you
this
can
one's
wipe
still
down.
wet.
Yeah, you can wipe down the phone as well.
And I feel like when you buy coffee filters, like you don't use them all the time, so you have a million laying around.
You have a ton.
Why not use it to clean instead of buying paper towels, right?
And you also, when you buy a new coffee machine, a lot of times you don't have the same size.
Yes.
So this is a great way to
it off a
reuse
little bit.
what you have. Thank you.
There you go.
That's perfect.
Not wet.
There you go.
Awesome.
Okay, spring has sprung. We all like to have flowers around our house.
Yes.
Well, sometimes you leave the flowers in the vase just a little too long.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, you end up with the kind of the crusties. You end up with leaves stuck in there. So a great way of cleaning them when you can't get your hand in there to give a really good scrub.
Yeah.
Take about a cup of rice. You're going to pour that into the vase.
Any specific rice? Oops.
Whoops. No, whatever you have on hand is good.
Okay.
Okay. We're going to take the water. We're going to fill it up about just under a half.
Don't spill it anymore.
Perfect.
That's good.
Yep.
Okay.
And you're just going to take whatever dish soap you have and you're going to give it a couple squirts. That's good.
Good.
Make sure it's not hot water. You don't want the rice to start getting mushy.
Yeah.
The rice is going to act as a mild abrasive. So it's actually going to clean it off for you, take the gunky rim that's left there and the leaf. So what you want to do now, pick it up and you're going to start giving it really good swirl. Get the action going there. Swirl.
Faster?
Oh, yeah.
I don't want to spill it.
And that's going to remove everything. If you have an older vase or a super thin one, maybe an antique vase, you want to be a little more careful. You want to use probably about half the rice.
Okay.
But otherwise, go at her, and it's great. It cleans it right up. You can probably you can already see that it's
gone.
Taken it. When you dump it, make sure you get all the rice out, because the rice will get a little moldy. So okay.
And how would you dispose of that? Just compost?
I would put the water into the sink and the rice into my green bin. Absolutely.
Okay. Awesome.
Cleaning your microwave.
Yeah.
They get odory, they get dirty. You're in there trying to spray and clean. Fantastic way of cleaning your microwave is, if you want to cut that in half for me, please.
Okay.
And then into quarters. You didn't think you'd be this active here, did you? No, look at that. This is an interactive.
Keep going, one more?
Nope, that's fine. That's fine. And you want to do that one as well.
Yeah.
So what you want to do is take your measuring cup with plain water. You're going to throw it into the microwave, throw in a lemon, and then you're going to put, you're then going to put the microwave on high for probably about 3 minutes.
Okay.
Water's going to boil. Steam's going to come. Number one, you're going to have the lemon essence coming through.
Yep.
That's going to freshen the microwave. It's also going to help clean. Lemon is a phenomenal cleaner. It's also going to steam inside of the oven, so it's going to loosen all the particles inside of the oven. So all you have to do, you're just going to take that out at the end.
Yeah. Just give a little wipe.
It's going to be all soft and easy to remove.
Awesome.
Yeah. All right. On the lemon theory, you know how your cutting board can get pretty yucky and gungy too. Sometimes it can get a little discolored.
Yeah.
We're going to use the lemon again. You want to cut that one in half?
Okay.
There we go. So if you have some staining, what you want to do is just take regular table salt.
Yep.
This is going to act as an abrasive. This is going to act as the cleaning agent.
Okay.
So we're just going to put a little bit down.
Salt on there.
A little salt. Let's move that out of the way. There we go. And you're just going to rub.
And that will get off any
Good.
stains.
Yeah, your muscles. That's it. That's it.
There you go. And get off any stains.
Yeah, and then you'll just rinse it as normal.
Awesome.
And again, lemon is a natural cleaner. Any of the citrus, orange, lemon, anything like that is a natural cleaner. Fantastic to use. 100% food safe.
Yes. Awesome. So if you haven't started your spring cleaning or need to get some more tips done even for the summer, whenever you want to clean, these are some awesome tips that you can use. You don't even have to go out and buy new cleaning supplies.
Nope. You probably have pretty much everything
all of it
at home.
in your house. Awesome. Okay, well, Kim, thanks for joining me today.
No problem. My pleasure.
And we'll see you after the break.
Public transit, garbage pickup, parks and recreation programs, snow removal on your street. How can you stay informed about these and other important local services? Tune to City Council coverage on Rogers TV. See your community leaders at work on Rogers TV City Council coverage.
This is Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life, and for this segment I am joined with Caroline from the Township of Uxbridge. You are the Aquatic Manager, and you're kind of here today to talk about Parks and Rec Month, right?
I am. June is Recreation and Parks Month all across Ontario. We will be celebrating everything that is parks and recreation.
Awesome. And it seems like lots of municipalities in the Durham region are kind of all doing different things for Parks and Rec Month, but you're here to talk about all the fun events happening in Uxbridge.
I am. Every municipality in Durham region has events. We are combined. We will have a contest that I will explain a little bit later.
Very exciting.
But we do have a lot of events happening in Uxbridge.
Yes. So do you want to kind of talk a little bit about all the events happening? Because there's a bunch.
There is a bunch. We are going to kick it off on June 1st at the multi-sport facility by Bonner Fields. From 1 to 3 p.m. we are going to have pickleball, pickup basketball, camp games, and some other surprises.
Fun.
So
is this a drop-in event too?
Drop-in, totally free, family friendly.
Awesome. So that's to kick it all off. And then do you have some other events happening too throughout June?
We do. So at the pool on June 7th is our Mayor's Free Swim. So sponsored by the Council of Uxbridge. Come and join. Free public swim from 1 to 3.
Awesome.
As well, another free swim sponsored by Cindy Woods on June 21st. Both Saturdays, both 1 to 3. Come and enjoy. We may have a few other free swims throughout June, but we'll let you know.
Yeah. And you have a super fun yoga event.
We do.
Well.
On June 7th, which is the morning of the free swim, from 10 to 11 at the museum. Free yoga. Give it a try. Outside, looking out over the beautiful town of Uxbridge.
And it should be nice and warm by then. Hopefully, fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed.
A nice day to do yoga outside. Yeah, so just a lot of like physical, get active to celebrate Parks and Rec Month.
And all ages. So, have you ever tried pickleball?
I haven't.
So
I hear it's a lot of fun. It's it's the #1 growing sport in Canada is what I hear.
It is, and we do have 2 opportunities for you to come and learn. They run from 10 to 11:30. They're drop-in as well. We will have people from the Pickleball Association coming in to teach you pickleball at the arena, and I just want to make sure I have the dates right, June 11th or 18th.
Fun.
Yeah.
I hear pickleball's a lot of fun. I've never tried it, but
I've tried it, and it is a lot of fun. We didn't really get into some heavy rules or anything like that, but it was a lot of fun.
But just to play around. So yeah, these events are kind of all ages, all kind of athletic abilities. Just come on out and have some fun.
Yeah, and have you ever tried horseshoes?
I have not. Like plastic kid versions as a kid, but not like real horseshoes.
So at the museum on Tuesday night, starting at 6 p.m., you can come out and try horseshoes.
Fun.
During the month of June. Come out, toss them. The first night is free. After that, they're going to ask you to get a membership and join them.
Okay.
And it goes right through the whole summer, but during the month of June, it's free.
Awesome. Okay, do you have any other events going on?
Of course I do. So on, what day is it? Tuesday mornings. Tuesdays are a very busy day in Uxbridge.
Seems like it.
So Tuesday mornings, there's the Explore and Discover Walk in the Countryside Preserve. We've teamed up with Durham Region Resources, their family resources section, and offering a free walk for families so that they can, there's 2 times on the Tuesdays, either at 9:15 or 10:30. Go for a walk in the preserve. It's a guided walk that you get to enjoy.
Yeah, and Uxbridge is so beautiful, so it's a great way to get outdoors.
And I love the preserve. There are so many great trails through there and so much to see and do.
Awesome. So why would you say it's kind of important to get out and go to these events and support Parks and Rec during Parks and Rec Month?
So it's a great opportunity to learn new skills, enjoy, celebrate everything that's Parks and Rec. During COVID, a lot of those events didn't happen. We did walks,
for sure,
and but not the events. And Parks and Rec do a lot in each municipality.
For sure.
So it's all over Ontario. June is Recreation and Parks Month.
Awesome. Now moving on, you're also here to talk about a kind of province or Canada-wide?
It's Canada-wide.
Canada-wide event participation.
Yes, the Community Challenge. This is so exciting. All of the events that we said about June are part of it.
Okay.
But there's more for participation. It's a national physical activity and sports initiative across Canada. It is open to everyone in Canada to participate, and it's only during the month of June. It's really encouraging people to have access to sports and activities.
Yeah.
Getting physically fit, bringing that heart rate up, and it's not just swimming or hockey or soccer. There's so many other activities, and there's so many ways to participate.
Yeah, And so the Durham region, Uxbridge, is kind of asking organizations to get involved for this campaign, right?
So there's only a couple of us that are municipalities that are actually doing the Participation Challenge. Uxbridge is one. This is our first time doing it, so we're really excited about it.
Yes.
We want to get as many organizations and people engaged in physical activity and sport.
Awesome. So how can viewers who are watching get more information or sign up for the Participation in Uxbridge?
So you can go to the Participation website and you can sign up as an individual. Really what you're doing is you're giving a pledge to say, yes, I'm going to increase my physical activity. You'll be asked at the end to do a little survey. And they will ask you where you live, because that helps us later on at the end of the month. All of the activities we register, and organizations like soccer and baseball and cycling, and there's way too many in Uxbridge for me to even begin to mention all of them, because it's a very active town. They can sign up on the Participation Challenge as well, and it will go towards points for the Township of Uxbridge, as well as all of the Uxbridge recreation events that we have.
Awesome. Well, it seems like there are so many ways to kind of get out and active in June in Uxbridge and the Durham region for Participation and Parks and Rec Month. Caroline, thanks for joining me today.
Oh, thank you.
And we'll see you after the break.
October 5th, 2014, my daughter was hit by a train. She was walking along the sides of the tracks, and it shattered her world.
You're watching Rogers TV.
Welcome back to Uxbridge Scugog Life. I'm your host, Olivia Flanagan, and I am joined with Caroline from the Township of Uxbridge. You are the Aquatic Manager, and you're here today to talk about pool safety.
Yes, for backyard pools.
Yes.
Pools are opening.
Yes, Victoria Day weekend, kickoff to summer, weather's getting warmer, people are putting their pools up. I know my family, we've taken out all our patio furniture. We have just like a little above ground pool that we put up every year for fun. People are doing that too.
It is. It's the time of year. Pool companies are very busy. But there's some things that we need to be aware of.
For sure.
Definitely some backyard pool safety.
Yes.
Just so that you know, 11% of drownings in Ontario last year were in backyard pools.
Wow.
They tend to be unsupervised. Or not supervised well enough.
Right.
So there's some ways that you can protect yourself.
For sure. So do you want to kind of talk about some tips and tricks that parents and viewers should kind of think about if they have their young ones swimming in the pool?
Definitely. One thing, designate a watcher. So this is the water watcher. Give them a whistle so that they can blow the whistle if there's an emergency, and everybody will know. This person is not drinking alcohol. This person is not sitting on their phone like this. You can't watch a pool when you're watching your phone.
For sure.
So you want all of your attention on the pool area. Eliminate the distractions. You're not going in while the kids are in the pool. You're not going into the house to grab that drink. So that's a big one.
For sure. I remember as a kid, every time my mom had to go inside, she'd be like, okay, everyone get out. I have to go in. It's important because it can happen in a split second, right? It
does happen, and it only takes a split second, and it happens, especially with younger kids.
For sure.
Another thing, life jackets and PFDs are cool, and they are so many different colors now, and so many different styles depending on what you're doing. But put the kids in a life jacket or a PFD.
For sure. It saves your life, right?
It does. It'll keep them up and keep them breathing. Know what drowning looks like. when I say somebody's drowning, what do you think of? Do you think of the Hollywood version?
Probably.
Where everybody's like screaming, I'm help, help, help.
Yeah.
A drowning person doesn't look like that. They might be using their hands trying to get up.
Yeah.
But they can't talk. They're so busy trying to breathe.
Right.
That they can't do that. And their eyes will be like bugged out because they're very afraid. Mm-hmm. So make sure you know what drowning really looks like.
Yeah.
It's not that active. It's very quiet.
Yeah, for sure. And kind of moving on to your next tip, not to jump into it, but just like knowing what the signs look like, but then also being able to kind of save someone's life in that situation.
First aid and CPR courses, they're all over the place.
Yeah.
Find one, take one. We do offer them at the pool. Inquire. Sometimes they're not always scheduled, but we can schedule one if you have 6 people in a group that want to come to the pool. We can teach you on first aid and CPR. Very important skills.
For sure.
For anybody, not just backyard pool safety, but for anybody.
You never know when you're going to need it.
You never do.
You never know.
And you were always taught as a kid, swim with a buddy.
Yeah, never swim alone.
Never swim alone, and that goes for any age. The highest percentage of drownings are actually in the 65 plus. And they're going into their pools and they're swimming alone.
Interesting.
Yeah, because they're like, I can swim. It's adults. I can swim. I don't need to worry about having a buddy or letting somebody know that I'm in the pool. Those are very important things.
For sure.
And take designated breaks. We were talking about this a little bit before. So your mom would drag you out of the pool and say, hey, it's time to have a snack.
Yeah.
Did you have that 20-minute rule where you couldn't go back in the pool because you were afraid you would have a tummy ache? Did you have that? Some people did. Guess what? That break was not for your tummy. It was for the parent. So that they could have a rest, because it's tiring watching the pool all the time.
For sure. And another tip, I see this graphic come up on like my Facebook and social media all the time of different swimsuit colors over top of waters and lakes. So there's also different colors that are recommended for young ones especially to wear in the water.
So bright colors, the bright yellows, the reds, the oranges, the purples. Stay away from blue or black. When I was teaching swimming as a teenager, I taught waterfront.
Yeah.
And one of the parents always dressed her daughter in these really vibrant colors. Bathing suit was gorgeous, but it was vibrant. And I once said to her, why do you always have her in such vibrant colors? And she actually pointed to the water and she said, you see that child there? The child was doing a handstand in the water. She said, I know it's mine. Because of the bright colors, I can always find her in the water.
Yeah. So stay away from the blues, like, because in that little graphic it has all like the colors on top of water. Stay away from the blues. Bright colors are the safest, right?
Yep.
For
they
sure.
Definitely are.
And that's why they make the life jackets neon orange, neon yellow, and all those bright colors so you can see them.
Yes, definitely. So they do have them, and it is legal now to wear the different colors, but the bright colors are easier. If you've ever been water skiing and you fall in, you can pick that person out.
Yeah.
It's kind of away from backyard pools, but it's still important. Make sure you have some safety equipment around your pool too.
For sure.
Definitely important. Reaching pole, pool noodles, they're great. Try and stay away from anything that you have to inflate. Because what happens is they get a tiny hole and it slowly decreases, and then you have somebody that you think is a good swimmer and it floats and just comes in because the air's all gone out and they can't swim and they drown.
For sure. So with the warm weather on the way and coming up, these are some awesome tips to stay safe in your backyard pool. Caroline, thank you for joining me today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes,
I've enjoyed it.
For sure. And thank you for tuning in to this week's episode of Uxbridge Scugog Life. I'm your host, Olivia Flanagan, and we'll see you next time.
Connect with us by visiting our website or email us at comments@rogerstv.com.